Okay, we've been debating in this particular scenario, not over the girl, but over the beer.
We haven't been arguing. Eric's been arguing with himself.
I actually picked the one that was 0.3% less alcohol.
Yeah, for once you pick less alcohol. But I'm not mad at you. This one looks like a good one. I mean, if I took your philosophy and it says it has a cork, this is going to be great.
I'm going to go with the badass one. Of course, as you say, what is it? Of course, because of Crazy Scotsman taking on the identity of Mr. Holster, this is Firestone's 2020 Cherry Barrel Blossom. I've got it came in a box, so if it comes in a box, I think that actually trumps a cork.
It has little sayings in the caps too.
Really?
Yes. I think yours is a little better than mine.
Hopefully mine didn't say Matt just wasted a shit ton of money on a beer that's not going to be all that good.
No, mine says Lions, Bears, and Beers.
Imperial Smoke Porter with sea salt aged in bourbon barrels and cherry bitter barrels.
It already smells good.
Oof. Oofda.
It's not incredibly dark. It's dark, but...
No. With fear of going over the allotted time, we got Firefly or Gym Mode. Low. Wow, that was a fail. That was a fail in low.
That's what I'm saying. It looks dark, but it's, when you're pouring it out, it doesn't look that dark. Cheers, bud.
Cheers, butt knob.
Oh, yeah. I could get used to that to a daily drinker.
And again, this is a porter, not an imperial stout, so
True.
I don't expect, nor should it have the intense, say, thickness. But it's definitely not weak on flavors. Smell-wise, actually getting that oaky barrel and some cherry. I have to admit, between the oak and the bourbon and the cherry, it kind of gives the cherry just a little bit of a funkiness. It doesn't just taste like a cherry orgasm in your glass.
Well, it's got a little sea salt in there too. I wonder if that kind of blends out the sweetness of the cherry too.
I'm getting a little of like a sodium, and I don't know once again if it's because I'm thinking about it because it says so.
Yeah. It's different. This is a different drink. It's good.
See, isn't Firestone, aren't they a kind of a local thing?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't believe they're... I've seen them from around here.
Oh, no, California. Because there's quite a few different... I have tried a few of them and I haven't been impressed. But then again, over at Super One, so I know they carry a few products from Firestone. By the way, congratulations to Super One. Today is the grand opening of the new store. And
it was yesterday, but...
Oh, they had it yesterday?
I thought it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they had KQ and everything over there. We decided just to go in and see. I was hoping to not be disappointed with the volume of the building being completely wasted on just looks.
Yeah.
But yes, they did completely waste. You could have had 2 stories. I suppose they didn't want to have to pay to put in an elevator, because in a public access like that, they would have had to do something for wheelchair or disabled people. But if I showed you a picture of it, there's the whole top is the building goes up, steps, and then goes up again, and it's all glass up there. Because it's a liquor store, all the perimeter is either coolers or shelves, so you're not going to have a window there. So they're still getting natural light in. That's probably, It's probably the best way to do it, but
It looks nice.
when you look at it from on the inside, you stand there and go, that could have been literally a whole second floor, maybe offices and I hope they tear the old building down and make it like parking lot.
Yeah.
They're hurting for parking on that end.
So, you didn't read yours, did you?
No.
So you got the better one. Beer before glory.
Nice.
Better than mine.
Well, not that I don't want to hang out with these guys all day long, but boy, it would sure be nice sitting outside smoking a cigar right about now.
You trying to tell me we gotta rush this thing? So that's fine. Let's go. Start reading, Pops.
First in was the German Ninja saying, just first one.
Salty.
Frontline tells them he suck. Oh, come on, play nice. Ben N says first, Bean second, still good. And then the German Ninja hits him upside the head.
Ninja flip.
Then the German Ninja says,
Boom.
see, he said it, Cobra, not me.
Boom.
Smile Money says top 5, actually being 4th. Ben N says, son of a... I'll complete it for you, bitch. Frontline says top 5 too. Smile Money, no Matt. I thought for sure they would be a co-hosting tonight.
I'm here.
Gunwild, 5th commenter, bitches. Beer Time Sweet says Matt Davis. Harmarsh, top 10. The intro babe and brew babe and outro babe are all top shelf. Can you have it engraved over the existing engraving for Ed? To answer your question, I believe the only way that would be possible if I ran across the guy that originally did it, he was able to find that exact font because the laser was running off of the computer. So, I mean, he was literally just scrolling through fonts, and he was trying to find something that was close to the military font. I would say it would probably be impossible unless he really... If that laser had a very specific lineup, but I'm guessing probably not. Like I said, knowing what I know now, it'd been nice to have hit it 2 or 3 times, and I wouldn't have minded if
Is it kind of roughing up a little bit?
No, it was never deep enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it kind of like just kind of going away or fading?
No, it's... I wish it had the intensity,
the engraving.
Taking your fingernail off with like the roll marks for Ruger.
Yeah.
It still does okay. I mean, I don't...
Put some black grease on there.
What I think is actually kind of weird is I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I suppose that the eye must sit right. No, the leather holster's all up in here. No, I don't know why it... But, I mean, it's not like you can't see it. For Ed, I wouldn't have cared if a diamond etched that shit 1/8 of an inch down into the slide. It's always going to be Ed's gun. And I was asked by one of Ed's siblings if I ever wanted to get rid of it, if I'd let her know. First of all, she needs to clean up her act and hashtag be like your dad. And 2, I highly doubt I'll ever get rid of it. As you can see, it has been the nighttime and weekend gun.
Pretty regularly.
I don't know why. I've been thinking a lot about Ed and missing Ed, and we've been talking about Ed and talked about last night's Locked and Loaded. And I want to say a big thank you to NIHAP. It was a lot of fun. It was a very fun show, and we basically spent most of the last hour just reminiscing about Shootapaloozas and our get-togethers.
Yeah, I actually listened in on one of those for the first time. Well, in the backyard, I guess, when you got it playing, but the kid was playing games next to me, and I put on the headphones and I checked it out.
Yeah, we also last night was our first night. We were accepted for broadcast over in India.
Yeah, well,
So we
you might as well take yourselves off the air for that with how many fucking jokes you guys said.
Hello, we are in India now. Click. Fuck those guys.
If you would like to hear this in English, press 1. Fucking there go.
Cue the silence.
There goes your fucking.
Shit. J-Dog's here at work. Two Feather Channel. Now here's a friend that I've had for a long time. You know what? His videos are all simple, straight to the point. Just turn the damn camera off and shoot a gun. Or one of his last ones. Hey, what model the Two Feather? If you this, he looks like he got a fairly new Jeep. What model Jeep did you get?
I heard somewhere today was actually driving your Jeep naked day. Just saying. I didn't even know that was a day, but
Wow. Okay.
I got an update on that.
He says, "Ooh, a lovely red-haired woman. I would like that cat in the Cheetos commercial, or I would be like that cat in the Cheetos commercial. The orange pixie dust around my mouth."
Oh man.
And now, with me included, 3 people agree with you. Smile money, 2,000. Dang, Christopher. That's awesome for you. The new cabin is going to be up before you know it. Yes. Right now, as of last night, we are about $1,000 away from giving the Secret Squirrel 2 away.
Yeah, I went up a little bit quicker than I thought.
Well, you know, I'm talking to Christopher, and he's like, "Oh, this is just taking so long." Well, no. I believe the I don't remember what we even called it now. The youth build.
Yeah.
That one took a while. See, here's the problem, and I'll take the blame for it, Christopher, if you're listening. A lot of the times, it also depends on being able, like this. The woman's build took a long time, but we intentionally put the brakes on quite a few times. You know, we lost C-Max, you know, Ed, you know, just every time Mr. Holster getting cancer, you know, every single time we turned around, something happened, and we shifted gears to help the immediate, you know. You know, the whole time it was still there, it was still going on, and we'd mention it time to time, but we just didn't have the push for it. Once we got all of our, we got the previous stuff kind of taken care of, that's when Secret Squirrel's actually gone pretty fast. To be totally honest, Christopher, in a lot of ways, Secret Squirrel is going too fast for me. Yes, keep bringing in that money, keep building those retreat cabins for the veterans, help out active heroes, show, you know, that we will continue, Justin, working on your behalf. But, you know, the longer these things go on, usually the more goodies that people will send over, the package grows and gets bigger. But, you know, I guess if we're that close to the end, who cares? You know, we've reached our goal, and right at this moment in time, I think I can actually put everything in 2, maybe 3 boxes. And that's one being the rifle, then the case, and then all the goodies. So I'm actually off the hook. A few of you, Gunwild, gave ammo, and it will be going straight to the winner. Speaking of that, I don't know if Steve, Frontline Cigars, was there a package with Secret Squirrel? I can't honestly even remember. Either way, he's already gone above and beyond for what he's doing. He's already sent one big donation into them. But yeah, these it is what it is. And right now, the next one is going to be kind of lengthy because, hypothetically speaking, let's say in the next week or 2 weeks we do it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if we push this on Locked and Loaded next weekend, we can probably get almost all the way there. The last time we pushed during one of the podcasts. I was surprised at the generosity of everybody and how that number shrank. But I have absolutely nothing put together right now for the next one. Other than in my brain, and I've had preliminary talks with Facts and Firearms, and all I'm going to tell you, and it's mainly because I'm undecided on a few things, but I want this next one to be very patriotic, and a big bore long distance rifle. Due to finances, it will probably have to be an AR-10 and not a bolt gun. Hey, if someone out there is listening from Ruger, I wouldn't mind if you guys want to donate a 338 Lapua or even a 308, because then I know exactly what direction most of it would be out of the way. But with help from like Facts and Firearms, we have the potential for barrels. John Huber is running a carbon fiber barrel on his 308 AR-10, and it's extremely light. It dissipates heat very rapidly for like for a competition barrel, and it because it's carbon fiber. One of the things, and this was something that me and Christopher went well, we didn't go round and round on it, but my JP has a 22-inch barrel. Christopher's at a 24-inch barrel, and of course he brags that his is longer than mine. But when I placed my order, talking with my buddy Ben from JP, I was informed that on long-range shooting, the 22-inch barrel outperforms the 24-inch barrel due to a little thing called harmonics. And that is something that carbon fiber barrel loves to eat up. It's like its own little shock absorber all built together because of the carbon fiber. So I'm just saying right now we are in the hunt for somebody that can do outstanding Cerakote or Durakote, because I want something fairly patriotic to be going on this rifle.
Bring it over to my garage. I got a little bit of spray paint. I got some white, a little bit of black. We can get go down the hardware shop, and I'll get some blue and red. We'll do the American flag.
Let's rattle can that bitch.
Yeah, fuck. Well, we'll try to make it look good. I mean, I got stencils and shit we could use.
Oh my god. Depending on who you are, though.
They might like it. They might really like it.
But yes, Christopher has as of right now has either 2,000 or more than 2,000 into it. So, damn. Crazy Scott's been a minute 22 close, but no cigar. What the fuck? The number is 2 minutes, not a minute. Quack. Lay off the bug juice. Become an American and start hitting it hard.
All of a sudden,
what the hell?
He's fucking becoming the boss.
Good God. Go away, Mr. Pop-Up Window.
Oh boy.
No, here's a shocker. He's
always got to hit you fucking back with the 2-time.
It's whiskey.
Goddamn 2-time. So now that he's American, has his views on whiskey changed?
I doubt it.
Well, if he's an American, he better start liking some bourbon. I'll say that.
Speaking of that, why don't we just go straight to the bourbon? I know it's not spelt correctly, though. It's getting light.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Or
I don't care, man. It's your call. You're the boss.
It's also spelt wrong, but Mr. Holster would approve. I do need to stay maybe a little bit more above the railroad tracks than normal.
That's what I was trying to do, you know. It's daddy daycare day to day.
Daddy daycare. David will be here in mere hours. We should invite David over more often to see Christine's ability to clean a house when she knows David's going to show up.
She doesn't bitch about doing it either, right? She
It's like-
does it.
Here's the key. Here's the key to the proper things to get done when you know David's coming over. Make sure the back door's open so he can escape quickly to smoke. And that coffee maker better be topped off by the time he gets here.
Is that his rules?
No, it's just
Her rules.
the man. I think the man does a pot of coffee 15 minutes before he goes to bed.
I tell you what, though, if I wasn't drinking, I'd probably be drinking coffee.
Whoops.
Cheers, boys. That's some strong stuff there, boss.
Yeah. You know, though, for being a bourbon, it's actually one of my favorites.
I couldn't find that bottle I was telling you about the other day. I went back there yesterday.
Yeah, you never told
There's
me.
the whiskey bottle that I was first looking at. I told you about. It's called the Boss Hog, and that bastard's $470. That's whiskey. They call it the Samurai Scientist.
Who's the creator?
I don't know. Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig?
Yeah. Then
Didn't we run across as we were scrolling down? Wasn't that something that Shark ZF6 asked about?
I don't know. Then we got Macallan. And Macallan 25 was the most expensive I could find this time around up there. I didn't find the one that was 19. This one's $16.99.99. That's the Macallan. And their next bottle next to it was $600. So that's like $1,100 off, right?
You're talking about someone coming up to me right now and saying, "Hey, Eric, would you like 2 bottles of scotch, or would you like your truck?"
And here's the Lefroy. There's a $1,000 bottle, the Lefroy 30.
And Clyde was drinking Lefroy 32.
This is Lefroy 27, the Islay Malt Scotch Whiskey for $7.59. Yeah.
As much as I'm enjoying some high-end scotch,
That's ridiculous. Actually, you know what? I want to try one just to see what makes a whiskey that expensive. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know, other than being able to say, hey, I drank some of that. What the fuck? I would never spend that much on a bottle. Never. I think $200 is probably going to be my cap on any bottle.
well, ask yourself, why did NIHAP send me? These 2 bottles. This is more than Miles wants for his motorcycle. Just those 2 bottles.
Yeah.
And like NIHAP said, awesome, you know, having the ability to get to try something like that, but it's like it just grabs your brain and goes, yeah. You know,
I was laughing when he was explaining it. It hits your tongue, and then, you know, you get all these tastes, and then it hits your brain, and you can't taste anymore. It's too much stuff going on.
Especially the 9.3. The 10.3 is a little bit more, I wouldn't say necessarily refined, but maybe if the 9.3 was a stereo, someone cranked that bitch up to 15, where the 10.3 they only went to 11 on the volume. So it's some intense stuff. But it's just like, how do you venture into the unknown on that? Instead of buying a $2,000 bottle of scotch, do you find a fine, high-end establishment somewhere and they pour you a $100 shot?
Well, remember I told you down in the cities, the Wizard's Den. That's exactly what it was. It was a whiskey Scotch bar, and they had shots that were, I think, over $1,000 a piece.
Fuck.
Well, I believe, because I was asking, how the hell do you get stuff that expensive? And some of these bottles are like the only one of a kind. They were old whiskey bottles or Scotch bottles or whatever that they found in shipwrecks, or old ass monks, and there's only like 5 bottles in the world that were ever found. And this
happen.
This bar just happens to have, some really unique stuff, and it's crazy expensive.
No, I was watching a special, and they were in search of, I don't even remember what. And in the process, they found a crate.
Some old.
And in that crate were a bunch of bottles. So you are talking about popping the cork on, say, a 500 or 600-year-old bottle of something.
To 1,000 years old, maybe. Well, I don't know about 1,000, but maybe. They used. Thing is, their bottles back then were not like ours. They had a lot of them were like clay or ceramic, but.
Okay, Scotsman. Smile Money, I thought your analogy was going to involve beating babies. Thankfully, you stopped as you're just depriving them of things. Philadelphia's mayor just apologized for using tear gas on peaceful protesting assholes blocking a freeway. I don't usually give a flying fuck about Facebook because they're a bunch of censoring assholes, but I agree with a bunch of you by saying, hey, just keep sticking it to them. It's kind of like my friend Maria that works over at the Maria. She's just turns out she's like a kindred spirits, which I think was pretty freaking funny. So she's just like, yeah, the fact that everything that I post, Facebook would disagree with, is more of a reason for me to keep doing what I'm doing. And I guess I kind of agree with that. But I ran across one guy, and he had an interesting question. You're in your car, and I don't believe that who's in your car with you is relevant because your life has just as much meaning as if you were. But he goes, hypothetically speaking, you're in your car and you have your wife and 2 of your children with you, and you're on the freeway and you run across a bunch of protesters, and it starts going, you're watching them starting to, like, say, break the windows of the car in front of you. What do you do? That's an easy one for me. It's called low gear and the throttle full. I don't care what happens to the vehicle that I'm in as long as I'm able to get my family into the clear. And if the authorities want to say something, fuck you, because again, I would rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
You know what? I might even do a couple hot shots. No, I wouldn't do it in reverse. I'd do a couple hot shots in the air. Get the fuck out of my way. Put it in gear. Boom, boom. Better move or you're done. Get the car. I ain't shooting them. Just a couple hot rounds in the air, Let them know I'm coming.
I still say at this point in time, with how many people, including the black people, are getting fed up with this bullshit. I like my idea of, I got my pickup truck with the topper on it, and all of a sudden a port opens up at the top and up rises a GE minigun, and I just clear the way.
You're a sick fuck. You better get some bigger tires on that.
Yeah, no kidding.
You're driving over those bodies.
Those fuckers aren't supposed to be on the freeway blocking people in the first place.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not arguing with you.
Look at the FedEx guy.
It can cause well, and you know what? It potentially can cause a lot of serious harm or death to people. All right, if you're driving 70 miles an hour, all of a sudden you're slamming on your fucking brakes.
Well, all I'd have to say, if I was, say, that FedEx guy and they decided not to press charges on him, thank God. All I would say is, yeah, I would like to take the stand. On my behalf, I have one name to throw out, Reginald Denny. Go fuck yourself. I mean, you're talking about a guy who, if he would have stayed on the throttle that day, wouldn't have ended up in intensive care with his skull crushed in by a bunch of fucking pack animals. So, it was something that I actually wanted to touch on last night, and maybe we can revisit it next week. My question is this. If you're listening to me say this, and you are a minority, I don't care what minority, because personally, up until all this started happening, I never saw color. I saw people. And I saw the quality of the people that they were. And flat out, yeah, there's people out there that are the N-word all day long. And until I worked in Milwaukee and had a couple of black gentlemen working for me, who, coincidentally, I know I've said this, and I'll say it again, were the most racist people I ever met. I was like, oh my God, you are a man of color. You do realize that. And he goes, yeah, the thing is I know what a fucking belt is. I know how a fucking belt works. And I know how to be an American. And the fact that these people, and then of course he went on to a barrage, and then the other guy came in and the same shit happened again. I'm like, what the hell did I miss? But it's so true. It's so true. So my question is, if you are a person of color, what side do you stand on as you watch what is going on? I am watching innocent white girls walking across a parking lot, and a gang of those people beat the shit out of her. I watched a guy carrying groceries in his mid-20s, minding his own business. He was on his way to probably home from coming from the grocery store, never made it. And lately, I have seen video after video after video of this. My viewpoint is, right now, if you are a member of Black Lives Matter or Antifa, I wish you gone by whatever means possible, because you are no longer good for this country. You don't represent the black people, and you definitely have lost. I mean, I've seen some of these monuments that they have torn down and wrecked. One of them was actually paid for and built and erected by freed slaves. They put their own money together to put up a monument, and it was destroyed. Thank you, Maria, for that one, by the way. Crazy Scotsman. What the hell is... damn, Christopher must be doing good. Actually, in Christopher's defense, I said the same thing, Scotsman, and Christopher said, thanks to this whole COVID thing, I mean... In case people are wondering, Aloma Company, Christopher, he owns his, he is a...
contractor.
He is his own contractor. He owns his own company, 365 maintenance, and... no,
it's not 365, it's 360 degrees. I thought. 360.
Whatever. It's like
360.
It's like Ammo Head 75.
It's like 360.
So he owns his own company, and he says due to the whole COVID thing, things have not been good. But Christopher, like a lot of us, I mean, Christopher was good friends with Justin. And for Christopher, this is all about Justin's final mission. And I think he never actually stated it, but I could tell by the fact that he didn't say anything that in the event that Christopher gets the rifle, he wants me to have it.
Whoo, you're a funny one.
I have to honestly admit, to me, I could give a flying fuck whoever won any of these, because it's always been about building the cabins and working with active heroes. This one is pretty damn cool. If
you know the gun's going to a cool person. I mean, if they're putting towards the good cause, you know,
no matter what.
I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of shit bags that are. You know what I mean?
You know, I did have
drink up too. Everyone blames me for taking forever on this show. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You got to pace this. I did.
I'm paced.
Well, maybe we should just review the other one.
That's fine too. I don't care. I'm thirsty.
I did have somebody on the very first one that we ever did actually did a video saying, I don't really like you, and I could care less about your channel or your cause, but if I have the opportunity to win this...
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember you. Well, there's going to be a few in any place, but for the most part, it's like more than half the people that are probably donating. Do you not know? I mean, you know probably a good majority. You or the other people. You were someone else that was involved. They're known.
Here's the problem. I know a lot of people by their YouTube names.
Yeah.
And now when they start saying, "Hey, Eric,
like,
I'm so and so on YouTube," then all of a sudden, I mean, here's a case in point. Me and Mr. 27 have been friends for years and years. But I didn't know who he really was probably up until a year or so ago. He's always been a cool guy that I've known for almost as long as my channel has been up. And then I'm just like, finally like, okay. So if I only know you from your YouTube channel, yeah, it's nice to actually know who the real person is. A lot of people don't like actually using Facebook, though. So I'm either interacting with you on Messenger or YouTube, one or the other. It's Harmarsh. Eric pours a shot of Sambuca. Eric can be bought for the fee of $40 cigar. Eric's price is cheap. Not a cigar smoking present, but a cigar smoking...
Hey, now, Harmarsh, let me explain something to you. A free $40 cigar? Like, that's a good cigar. But think about this. Eric's shirt the other day, it's not lying. $20 is $20. He'll take less than 40.
I think we're getting closer to the time where I need to mount that fan down here. It's starting to get a little moist.
Oh boy, Jesus Christ!
Did you see the forecast for next week?
Oh yeah, all thunderstorm.
No, next Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No,
like 90s plus.
I'm gonna make Charlie go tubing with me. I couldn't do nothing this weekend. I'm so fucking burnt, dude.
I'm gonna spend like the next month on a articulated lift, putting siding on the side of a shithole.
At least you're not using the ladder.
Or scaffold. Scaffold is still better. Well, the ladder is so limited. What I don't like is when we put a ladder here and a ladder, 20 feet over there, and I've got a 10-inch plank.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Oh, and I can't officially say this or not, but it looks like we have acquired a haunted house, the Raspberry House. Go on YouTube and do a search for the Raspberry House and watch a paranormal, it's not Minnesota, Northern Paranormal? I don't know what it was. Just look at the Raspberry House. Rocco Burnout, here, looking for Matt and Stalker Steve.
I'm right here, Culver.
Stalker Steve doesn't love me anymore. Aloma Company, it looks like top 10, bitches. I'm in it to win it.
What's that, top 10 top 10 in dog years?
Let me when he says I'm in it to win it, I feel what he's saying is I want Eric to have it.
No, I'm thinking he's like, dude, that gun's so badass and it's a good cause, like, I'm gonna do a 2-for-1 special here.
Smile money, drink barbecued food?
Don't know about that. But I guess if I had no teeth and I had to blend it up in a blender, probably worse things out there.
Shark ZF6 from the Shark ZF6 channel. Have you ever had Willet Pot Still Bourbon? Was that the one that you said? No. You said it was something pig. Pot pig or something like that.
Yeah, that's correct.
No, I haven't.
No, I think that's actually a beer or something. I was looking at that today. No, it says bourbon, still bourbon. I swear I seen that today in the liquor store, though. If that's it, that's the reserve. I didn't see that.
It looks like it is a $60 bottle. That's a wicked looking bottle.
It looks interesting, though. Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, well, here, I guess I can just quickly show you. This is what the bottle looks like.
That's pretty... Oh, there's the bigger version.
There.
Looks like a hookah.
A Sharky? Yeah, yeah, either you can turn that into a hookah, or one, I'd give it a good rub and see if I dream a genie pops out of it. Or not.
Oh, the proof is lagging, though. Only 47, man. Only 47.
No, Shark, I have not had that. I realize that this kind of falls under the... I've had some pretty wicked-looking beers sent to me. The art, the bottle, whatever, the beer sucked. But that is one of the coolest-looking bottles I've seen. Harmar, someone please explain WTF what white privilege is.
White privilege is.
Okay. Salty Shellback took a stab at it. It means you have the privilege of having to use 5,000 SPF sunscreen
when you go out in the sun.
Yeah, I think this is
a tough one to fucking even say.
Yeah, at this moment in time. Oh, and what the fuck? The guy that owns BET, Black Entertainment Television, wants us, all the white people, to pay all of the black people, pay back for
rock and roll or some shit.
He wants us to pay them all back for all of the suffering that they have occurred. It worked out to something. I've seen someone that put up the math. It was like something like $250,000 or $370,000 a person, for every household for 10 years, that they'd have to take from us to pay them back. Dude from BET Television, you can take this amount of money from me and go fuck yourself with it. I never owned a slave.
No, see, I tell you what, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. If you gave him nothing to go fuck himself with, he wouldn't really be getting the full feel of it. I'd at least get him a roll of fucking pennies to go fuck himself with. Just saying. Just saying.
Well, here's the bottom line. I know nobody in my family that ever did wrong to a single person. I give a fuck what you think about your color bullshit, because people are people. As soon as you start talking about Black Lives Matter, you're just a racist cunt fuck, and you can go fuck yourself all the way to that roll of pennies. Yeah, I know nobody that ever had a slave, and you know nobody that ever was a slave. So why don't you give me some money, you bitch?
Yeah, you got a lot more money than us.
Yeah, no shit. It sounds like fucking black privilege. The Black College Fund, and they have their own television network.
The Black College Fund. What about on any kind of job, any kind of big company, corporation? They have to fire, or they have to not fire. They have to hire how many
minorities?
How many minorities? Why is that? There is no fucking law saying that they have to have a certain percentage of white people. So you know what that means? Me and another black guy go to the same interview. Who's most likely to get that job with the same qualifications?
The black guy.
Yeah, because they need to fucking now fill up. They have to meet those percentages. If they don't, they get fined.
Not to mention, look what's going on right now. You think if a white guy who righteously defends himself, now he's going to get prosecuted because they are pansies and they are afraid of the repercussions because they might piss off even more the black man. Fuck that. Burn the fucking bitch to the ground. Go back. Leave America. If you believe in Black Lives Matter and Antifa, Go the fuck away. Go back to Africa. Go back wherever the fuck you came from, because you will be leaving the finest place that you could have ever lived. And I'm sick and tired of people bowing to these fucking idiots. You want me to come over there and kiss your foot? I'm gonna put a fucking round in it. Fucking loser piece of shits. They can all go fuck off. All lives matter. If you don't believe in that, die. Real cool burnout. 59 minutes and 1 second. Rest in peace here, drums. That was a little bit of cowbell.
You went a little crazy with the cowbell, huh?
Tardisius has been deserving it without asking for it. So I've been happy to oblige him.
You're just trying to make me look bad now.
Oh no, I wasn't anywhere near.
Oh, I figured.
Well, Christine.
Yeah, she's.
Christine devastated the cowbell. Yeah.
I figure you're just trying to step it up a notch now.
Clyde, using my half-white privilege, just watching this. Stephen, Hops and Lead, maybe take a vote or suggestion on the next rifle giveaway. 7.62 by 39, 7.5 AR pistol.
No, I normally don't mind that, but
yeah, I've actually never owned or shot a AK round through an AR that I'm aware of, but this is not our final, but this is the last campaign in this particular campaign, because $5,000, we did 20,000. That's 4 campaigns. As soon as this is over, we're going to re-up another 20,000 for Justin's final mission, and we're going to start going again. But this next one, over a year and a half ago, Christine was like, I really want the last rifle to be a big boy, and I want it to be very patriotic. And giving you even a more of a clue as to what me and Christine are pushing for. She wanted it represented by all branches of the military.
She wanted represented the gun?
Yeah, so,
So maybe have like the Star of the U.S. Navy, the Army.
Yeah, somewhere
Marines.
on it would be that.
Yeah, some kind of...
The majority would be that.
Gotcha.
You and your rattle cans.
Hey, I could fucking get some more paint colors. We can make it look navy. We can make it look, Hey, we'll army up the barrel. All right.
Actually the 308, the JP 308, that the LP, the 07, like I have, that Christine wants. Actually, Ed would be pretty impressed with it. The barrel actually looks like a barrel out of an airplane that has seen a lot of action. They like blackened and smoked the end of it to look like, it's pretty cool. Actually, the poster I think is somewhere over there, but yeah, how awesome it would be to actually make a phone call to JP and have them donate that particular rifle, but a $5,000 donation might be a...
What are we doing here, boss? What are we doing here?
Well,
I'm dying of thirst here. We
could visit something a little less octane.
You're rattling on so damn much, and you still got a half a beer, and I've been out for like 10 minutes. Yeah,
this or double it.
Oh, I don't know if I want to drink shit from after drinking that. No, I'm kidding. What is this? It's a brown ale.
Danielle picked that out because of the ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well. I guess we'll have to do it.
That would have been funny on its own, though. The other one's 11.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, rolling on this. Frontline, intro babe, yeah, brew babe, wood, host, douche. What the fuck? Harmarsh, don't encourage him. Stormy Coyote, top 30 bitches. I'm so happy that even my penis is crying.
Fake news. Fake news. Fake
chug the look to catch up. Yeah, go ahead and rate it.
Firestone's Cherry Barrel Blossom Vintage. IBUs was 28. That's pretty decent. Alcohol was 11.2. You know, it really wasn't bad. Okay, not sound like I'm copying out on my my E scale, but I am gonna base this on exactly what it is, and that is an imperial brown. A porter, an imperial porter.
I think you're thinking about the next one. Yeah, it's a porter.
And I'm gonna give this a 9.5.
I thought you were gonna go low there because you all of a sudden like, well, I'm gonna go with my E scale.
Oh,
I gave it a 9. I liked it. It was definitely not the best. I liked it. I thought it was different. It was definitely different.
now if this was just E scale, I'll be honest and say I'd give it an 8.
Oh, I was thinking even 7.5 for you.
But as far as a porter, in the true vein of a porter, I think they fucking nailed it. And
yeah, I think it was really good.
It's probably one of the best porters I've ever had. I mean, it's that was good. That's a porter that goes, hey, Eric, look right here.
Well, yeah, the best.
Where the hell that come from?
You say the best one, one of the best ones ever, and you only gave it a 9.5. Jeez.
Well, that's because I'm a
shows how much you don't like porters, I guess.
I'm a big fan of imperial stouts. Holy shit!
Damn, Eric. Why you got... See,
again,
I don't get it.
Is this a brown ale or an expanding foam?
I don't know what you're talking about. You got cool stuff, man. You got all the guns.
Either way, salty shellback, this one's for you, baby. What is going on with that guy's pants?
It's probably what we're going to be looking like tomorrow.
Looks like he shat himself.
We're going to be looking like that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to read a few comments so I can frickin' pour my damn beer.
I don't know. I had no problem pouring my beer.
I don't know what happened. It was a fail. I apologize to everybody. Frontline, you're sampling fruity beer with that shit on. Fake news. With that shirt on. Well, was that the $20 is $20 one? Yeah. Gunwild says, well, $20 is $20. Frontline, yes. You posted a photo of you double fisting those cigars. Oh, I tell you, that one from Drew Estates, very impressive. Very impressive. Good stuff. See, okay, let's just pretend that Steve isn't listening because he's a fucking little bitch sometimes. But
Steve
from Frontline. Okay. Now, if you order some cigars, maybe you order a variety of cigars, and you talk to Steve and you go, okay, so let's just say like he did with me. You get 5 different cigars. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, that one was a 2. That one was a 5. That was a 7. That was pretty good. That was almost a 10. And that one maybe an 8.5. Steve now can put an idea together of what is good to you, because just like with beers, just like with cars, even those idiots that like Chevrolet. Oh, that'd be Matt. Sorry.
So what he's doing is taking your personal input and
Steve,
information.
Steve does good with that. If he finds out what you don't like, what you do like, he can go through his arsenal of cigars and give you a recommendation. And if it wasn't for Steve, I would have never known about the Isla del Sols.
I don't know about this. That sounds too government-like. I mean, he's taking your information
and selling it on the black market.
I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like.
Yes.
You got to sign up for that stuff too. I've been pouring slowly when you were talking. You got to sign up for him to figure this stuff out, or does it just automatically do it?
No, it would be based on you make a purchase and tell him what you think. I mean, right off the bat, I would recommend you would always start with some of the Blue Line, his own cigars. That's really going to gauge it. Like, I carry one. Hey, Steve, just so you know, I carry one's pissed off, man. You're always all out of the good stuff. I carry one happens to really love the Blue Lines.
He's out of his own cigars.
I mean, that's an indication
It's
of
not good business.
well, or it's a really damn good cigar when you can't keep it in stock.
That's bad business practice. If you can't keep your supply, oh man, they're gonna have to start going somewhere else.
Oh, and I want to go on the record right now, and this is only going to mean something if I carry one or Steve from Frontline hears me say this. I want to buy 2 Blue Line Robusta. I think that's what he's generally smoking, the big one. I want to buy 2 cigars for I carry one. He sent me an awesome set of grips for my my Blackhawk 10mm, and I just want to say thank you and buy him a couple of Blue Line cigars. So Steve, if you get them back in stock or have them in stock and want to send either I carry one places an order and you up it by 2, let me know and I will send you the money for it. Okay, Frontline, put 3 coffee beans in the shot, light it on fire. If you put 2 or 4 coffee beans, it's bad luck. This is like Zen
He's talking
stuff.
about coffee beans and what?
Zambuca.
Oh,
Zambuca will light on fire.
Zambuca, not the stuff fucking here. Maybe where it comes from. This stuff's not going to start on fire. This is only 38% alcohol.
Yeah, you must be drinking some heavier ass shit, Steve. Steve again, if you didn't show the bottle, I wasn't going to give you the cigar. Lucky you. Hey, what do I get for this? Fucker. Steve again, Frontline Cigars. Davidoff is probably the best cigar brand out there. I have had something from them, but it definitely wasn't in the upper echelon of cigars as far as price goes, and I realize that for what I bought. Arturo Fuente cigars aren't what they used to be. I have not had an Arturo Fuente, Steve. I mean, what has it been, like 5 or 6 years since Christine was out in Vegas? So it'd been... And as far as the Opus X, that would go back at least 10 years.
So now, tell me this. How much... So like an Isla del Sol. Because I think I had one of those. Is that what you gave me? Was it like a chocolatey kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah, he sent you.
Yeah, okay, he sent me. Now, how much do one of those run for?
I think they're $4.75, $5 a piece.
Okay. Now, see, tastes good. But this is why I smoke cigarettes and not cigars. Because if I even had 2 cigars a day, that'd be more expensive than a pack of smokes that lasts me over a day.
Yeah.
Unless I'm drinking.
Then he says, Opus X is garbage, not worth the money. But Davidoff, if you want to spend the money on a really good cigar. Okay, Steve, since you say you watch all this, what cigar from Davidoff do you recommend? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, we both had that one going.
Frontline, asshole. Screw you, pal. Frontline, you wuss. What? Zeus, do you ever watch the Conservative Twins channel? Yes.
I just got him onto that.
It's always really funny, and they eye gouge blind minds.
That's what I guess I referred to the other day on this show. I was talking about the two black guys that got their show. That's exactly what it is. It's I had to go look it up because I finally subscribed to them. The Conservative Twins. They're freaking hilarious, and their videos are nice. They're just 5 to 10 minutes tops, and they just.
Oh, I gotta watch this one.
They crack me up so good.
When Brett Favre said that Colin Kaepernick deserves the same hero status as the football. And I'm sorry, I don't fucking care about football anymore. Thanks to kneeling, they lost me. But Brett Favre, of course, he's a Packer, so he can go fuck himself any day of the week, and I'd pay to watch that.
He became a Viking, but that was a joke. I don't know why would you get a fucking retired old man to be your quarterback?
Ooh, you just hit the water, boy. He made a comment that Colin Kaepernick is on the same hero status as the football player that walked away from $1 million+ deal to become a military. Went to the sandbox and unfortunately lost his life. Colin Kaepernick is a fucking joke. The other one is an American hero. End of story. Yeah, I gotta... Actually, I've seen their videos, and I wasn't subbed until this moment in time. These fuckers are... I love those guys. They crack me up.
That's why I keep telling you, watch their show. What was the last one I told you to watch? And they were talking about... Was it Black Lives Matter? It was something about that.
Yeah. They're so true.
Oh about African American. Why they want to be called African Americans? You're not fucking African. You're American.
Exactly.
You don't call yourself. You don't see white people running around saying I'm German American. Oh man, yeah, them two crack me up.
But they're right.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of sense. Like it's common sense. It's not like you even gotta overly think the shit. That's what makes it all the funnier. They just put it in an easy laughing matter.
I just want to check on something.
What?
And unfortunately, I think the only way you're going to see this is to actually buy it. Uncle Tom, the movie, it's almost 2 hours of some of the most influential black people in America right now talking about what's wrong with BLM and Antifa and how they are a terrorist organization and how you can't believe their shit and everything is a fucking lie. You know how many black people, I bet you right now if you went to Minneapolis and interviewed 100 black people and asked them who's responsible for slavery and who stopped slavery, I bet you 100% of them, of the people on the street right now would get that wrong. The Democratic Party was all about slavery. The Republican Party, Lincoln, saved the blacks from slavery, yet the Democrats are still to this moment in time
acting like they did it.
We're here to help you. No, you're here to use them. If you're a black person in America and you believe in the Democratic Party, you are the true form of manipulation.
Well, that's why, like earlier you were saying, like, fuck, if you're Antifa or Black Lives Matter, just leave that. You can leave. And I'm not going to disagree with you. But at the same time, my question is, how many people of those, they don't know a fucking goddamn thing. They're so clueless. They might think they're doing right, and they're absolutely not.
No, I would say right now the black community is the most easily manipulated group I've ever seen in history.
It's...
If they actually had the ability to empower themselves with an education, we would not be where we are right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Jesus Christ, open a fucking book, you goddamn idiot. Open a book. Who took the slaves and freed them? Ah! Yeah, you just burnt the wrong building down, you fucking idiot.
Oh my god. Hey, you gotta give him credit for trying though, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Fucking burnt the wrong building down. Thanks for trying, though.
Here's your participation trophy. I'll get Tardisius to get those out to you.
Oh, Christ.
Steve, Hobson Led says, get out of shot free card. Thank you. Steve, get out of using the cowbell free card. Steve, Matt, take a shot.
You're a douche. Yeah. Well, last weekend I was kind of bitching about being thirsty, too. All right. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I did a shot of that if you watched.
Did ya?
Yeah, the last brew review.
Oh, I said you pull it up, but you know what? I don't think I watched the full thing. I think I was like 15 minutes shy. But do you want one or no?
Yeah, sure. I'd actually.
I've been actually trying to keep up on the shows that I haven't been with. Well, just because I got nothing else to do, I've been painting like a motherfucker. Got the radio or whatnot, just put it on in the background while I'm working.
But since Steve gave me a get out of shot free card, I'll just.
Oh, fuck. Like, you didn't have to have it. I just asked you if you wanted one because I was pouring one, dick. You're a fucking true asshole. That's why I call you a friend.
Cheers and amen.
And to a lot of you douches out there.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You would not know that was $12 for a gray plastic bottle of it.
It's funny. Was it NIHAP or was someone? Or maybe it was you talking. They remembered I quoted this at like a $75+ bottle because I thought this was pretty damn good too.
I rated it. I showed you. I rated it highly.
Yeah. No, Oh, that stuff is so smooth. That is so smooth compared to.
Can't believe Smile
Compared to
Money that it's
anything-
from Philadelphia.
Anything on that shelf that I could see right now, it's going to have the smallest punch. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the best flavored. It's not bad.
Well,
it's
one
good.
of your personal favorites is that bottle from Mr. Holster.
Which one? Oh, the mezcal?
No, this one.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I didn't like that one.
The,
I mean, I'll always do a shot for the man, but
the problem is if you guys have noticed, I've put the brakes on taking shots from that bottle because I promised Sharky from across the big pond, and I'll extend this to Shark ZF6.
get their asses here and you'll do a shot with them.
Yes, we are. That bottle. Scott got from his father when his father passed away. So that bottle, it's a 12-year-old bottle, and it dates back to, I can't remember if he said 71 or 74. So
Fucking old, I know that. It's older than me.
Let's just say in 1974 it was a 12-year-old bottle.
74 you said? Damn. That thing's like almost twice my age.
Of course, everybody tells me that it's not aging because it was put in a bottle, but we bought that brand new bottle and tried them side by side, and there was a whole world of difference. But again, the batch, where it spent its time.
So here's the thing. Here's my thought on it. It's always going to age no matter what. The only difference is it's not aging in an oak barrel where it's soaking up those flavors, you know what I mean? Or whatever kind of cask it's in. It's not soaking that stuff up. Is it still aging though? Absolutely.
Well, shit, here, watching some of these guys, I've learned this. If we open this bottle up and I pour you a shot, they call this the neck pour. And the flavors that you get here are completely different than once you get down a little bit farther. So,
does that mean that you're supposed to shake them up beforehand?
I guess that actually I shouldn't laugh. That's a valid question.
Not even shake, but kind of like roll it. Smooth out those. Smooth out those flavors a little bit.
Oh, there.
See, yeah, there's.
See, Yeah, there actually is. There is stuff at the bottom.
That's what I meant. And I know, like, not necessarily shaking it up. You could shake it up.
I would actually
stir it.
I would actually now like to ask somebody that has a lot more experience than me.
Well, if you shake it or stir it, you figure that the flavors are gonna spin up and intermingle. Yeah, I know. That's some boo-hoo.
This is from June 2017. Actually, last night during Locked and Loaded, I started off with a small glass of Octomore 10-3, and then when I left for a moment, I refilled the bottle with the Emerald.
Yeah, I heard. You know, actually, I got a question about that last night.
Want to shoot this?
I want to know. Sure. I want to know what the fuck was up with last night's show.
Why?
Everyone was drinking water. I mean, have we ever done a brew review just sitting here drinking water?
Well, no. That's a good question. Johnny had water.
There was like 4 of you guys with water.
Christine had water. Nihap had water, but he
also had two other drinks.
Yeah, he had other things. Now, John Solar had water, but more power to John. When John's significant other realized that John was a really great guy for a while and then left, John immediately just shifted into dad mode. And
Yeah, I'm not blaming him.
John has had a drink or two. Actually, when the kids were all there during the COVID thing, he basically said, "If the world turns upside down, can you please make sure that Rhett is taken care of? Because I'm gonna have a few drinks tonight. Other than that, John, I mean, as a parent, actually as a good parent, not someone from Chicago. As a good parent, I truly appreciate what John has done. He was just like, my family, my son is more important to me than having a drink. So I have to keep a clear mind, and that's just the way it was. Yeah, I would say in the last year plus, when the kids were there, that was the only time I've even seen John have a drink, and unfortunately we couldn't get any good shots of John passed out. I remember that one night, oh my God, I wonder if he hit the button. I mean, if you didn't actually physically hit the button, the show will just...
Was this John last night that came up and someone was taking pictures of him on the plane?
No, that was Jim. Hornet Fixer.
Oh, Jim. So someone's taking pictures of Jim.
Yeah.
I never heard that story. That cracked me up pretty freaking good. Because you'd be like, was that the first time he ever met you? He was flying up?
Jim?
Yeah.
No, Jim had been here before.
Oh, he
The guy
had?
taking the pictures had never been here before.
Well, I didn't know,
and Jim didn't know who he was.
No, and I get that, but just think about how freaky it would be. Obviously, it's already freaky. But if it's your first time going to meet this guy, go to his gun shoot and everything, and all of a sudden, like, you're on your fucking plane, and he's sending you pictures like, yeah, I got eyes on you, bitch. Yeah, I just realized, you come up here, have a good time. Don't fuck with me, though. Oh, here's some more pictures. Updates. I know what's going on. I see all. I'm the goddamn government.
Oh my God! There was at least 4 pictures that I sent to Jim.
That's fucked up, dude. I would have been tripping balls.
He's like, you fucker. I mean, he goes, I was actually,
He's got his pistol cocked and loaded.
I got a picture of Jim leaning against the wall with his pack over his shoulder. He's on his phone. And I sent it to him, and I go, waiting for your next flight, huh? And he's just like, he goes, because between when I sent him the picture, the person that sent the picture relocated to a completely different area and sat down.
Yeah, obviously.
And so Jim was like going... He's like looking at the wall, and he's like looking in the direction that the picture would have been.
No, that was the absolute.
Especially the one
That
on
was
the plane.
the best. That was the best. Yeah, that was the best story ever. Like,
I
not
sent
heard
a
that one
picture
yet.
of Jim right here, sitting in his seat, and you snap the picture. You see the back up, and Jim had those long, sexy locks. He had the. But the person that took the picture wasn't actually sitting there. He snapped it and then went way back to where he was actually sitting. So now Jim's going, what?
This motherfucker. It's got to be. Hey, oh, you going to shoot some guns too? No.
Oh, it's only been 15 minutes.
15?
Yeah.
No. Hour and 15.
Tardisius, being able to appreciate the cowbell is a sign of a healthy mind. Ring on.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh.
ding, 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 ding.
Tardisius, we truly appreciate, but Christine is actually upstairs right now. So
My cowbell wasn't good enough for you?
I know this is like totally $20 is $20, but
$20 is $20. That was like 20 cents, asshole.
okay, how about this?
No, it's no better.
Okay, how about this?
You're gonna get in trouble. Shit, I don't even care anymore if you get in trouble. The only reason why I ever care if you're in trouble is because I feel like I'm always in trouble too.
How about this one? I don't even know what the fuck this one even
That's not a bad. That'd be a good one to put around it, Kyle. You can hear it, and it's small, not heavy.
If we put that one around Mike's penis, would it ever go off? Okay, that's weird. What the fuck?
That's what you get.
Did you see me touch anything? What?
Oh, this is good. Someone just hacked into your computer, dude.
What am I looking at? Open, Okay, this is.
Well, you do have like fucking 20,000 screens up. Just saying. I don't know how you can run a computer like that. Not that that's causing the problem. But
I don't know. That's me. That's my bad.
yeah, it looked like someone's fucking hacking your system though. Fucking zooming in and out, just messing with you anytime you touched anything.
You know, one time, what had happened? The system started acting all fucking goofy, and I'm like, what the fuck? I still had the little fob. You know, the transceiver in the side, and the keyboard was laying over there on the shelf. Something fell onto the keyboard. The keyboard was transmitting, and this was acting as though I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, I ended up having to pull the batteries out of and take the fob out. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Gunwild, I think actually somehow we just ended up resizing though.
Yeah, you did. Those are way small.
Here, let me take a quick moment and go.
Yeah, I think those are what it is.
There. Gunwild, I bleed myself out with a rusty razor blade. Thank God for.
No, you missed one.
Oh, I missed that one.
Gunwild, are the G10 grips available for the 9506? I need to know for when you send me NIHAP's pistol. Plastic grips ain't my thing. Well, there's that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. I'll get that in the mail tomorrow. There's your answer. Gunwild, I bleed myself out with a rusty razor blade. Thank God for tetanus shots. Yeah, I'm in my profession. There's nothing like tearing the roof off of a house and then you step and go. Yet the board, the 2x4, comes with your foot. Don, trees are blowing. Well, crap. Got bronze. Don, I hate to tell you this, but bronze is like third. And you're like 78, somewhere in there.
He's not even placement.
Gunwild, I must have clicked on the wrong video. Do you know how, but what the hell shit happens?
Could be a sign of too many beers.
I'm not even sure if Big Jeff drinks.
Oh, fuck.
Wade,
Really?
gay beer and no Matt? The irony is strong today.
You know what? That really hurts me, Wade. If you only knew.
DFC, 50th, you ginger bastard.
Hey, I like the DFC's comment there.
DFC, you know, should we get a room? I could meet you halfway. Probably somewhere around Hinckley. Smile Money, locked and loaded. NIHAP is going to have his job cut out for him, especially since you will not be doing show prep. Hey, yeah. Brad Thomas, I always go as deep as I can, Eric.
You know,
Sharky, fucking Sharky with the read more
this
button.
is the Sharky across the big old sea.
Wow, Christopher. Man, he really wants that rifle. Simply fantastic. Damn, squirrel is looking good. Damn, 6-hour drive. That's from my house to halfway down France. The sheer size of the U.S. still baffles me. I can say, or we can say, thanks, right on, or so close.
So close, just because cracks me up.
That one's funny. Shark again. Sharky. Sorry. We don't want to confuse him with the guy on the other side of the United States. The house is the one where you guys completely redid the interior. Man, or moved the kitchen, etc., etc. Yeah, that looked good. Yeah, he's talking about the, God, I should, having been there for over a year, I should know.
Not the Haynes.
No, the one over by the kitchen restaurant.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, he got all of the. Yeah, I sent him all. Now this time around, Sharky, I sent him all of the walkthrough pictures from the Raspberry House, the Portal to Hell house. So he is going. He has the initial evidence of how that place looked when we took possession of it. And yes, the other day there was 5 pigeons in the house. How'd they get there? Oh, through the fucking holes in the house. So, but it's supposedly haunted. There was a mirror in the living room. The paranormal, Northern Paranormal, Christine would know. She actually follows them. They did an interview, and there was a mirror in the dining room that they say is a portal to hell. Now, I haven't talked about this until now. It looks like we bought the place, and there is a huge profit potential in this house. Unfortunately, there is a gigantic expenditure. I can tell you right now that just what we need to buy to fix this place up is well above and beyond what probably a normal person would ever spend on a house. I mean, we're probably talking about $200,000 worth of stuff just to fix this place up.
Is it a big place then?
Yeah, it's a huge house. 6 fireplaces.
What the fuck? It must be an old house.
Yes, it's a very old house. Now here's what happened, Sharky. The house is haunted. We had a long conversation with one of the longest owners of the house, and she goes, "Oh yeah, it's absolutely haunted." The 3rd floor, which was the servants' quarters, there is a woman that is still there. I have actually seen her in the window because she rented the house out to college kids and lived next door. She goes, I've seen her in the window. She gets pissed off when the place is not clean. You can hear her. Nothing evil, but there was a couple from Minneapolis that bought the place, and they were the ones that had the paranormal crew in there. And I believe a little money trained in hands to make the place seem like it was fucking extremely haunted, because this couple wanted to build it into a bed and breakfast, a paranormal bed and breakfast. So they made all sorts of shit up. The original owner, like I said, the woman that owned it for the longest period of time, she goes, I watched that shit. And she goes, yeah. She goes, it is haunted. She goes, I got a woman. All I know is she's a woman. I don't know her name. I don't know when, a time period. I didn't do a seance or any of that shit. But she lives on the 3rd floor, and as long as the house is clean, she's happy. Well, right now, she has to be fucking pissed off as hell. Because all 3 floors, they paid the people that bought it, I don't know what they are. They're not a flipping company. They're more like a maintenance company. They're like Christopher times 1,000. And they went in there. And what they did is every single time that the weather was bad and, like, say, you can't go to your job today, I want you to go over to the 1616 John. Look it up. John Avenue, Superior, Wisconsin, Raspberry House. And they demoed. So, like this house is like 75% completely fucking torn apart inside. A lot of our work is done, but there's a lot that has to happen. And the idiot, the nice guy that we work for, started blurting off what he wanted done, and we were like, no, you want us to redo this house for you? We are going to try to find every historic picture of this house and make it look like that again. Lap siding, half of the house. Cedar shake, the upper half of the house. You have to make this thing look like it is. If you start putting vinyl on something like this,
you're losing value.
You've destroyed it.
You're losing value. It still might be a nice house, but
you're not going to have
any. You're not going to have any of the aesthetics it used to have. You're not going to have any of the history. People are looking right now. Nowadays, people want the history in the house because you can't buy history for the most part. Really, you don't buy all these new stuff. You can build anything, but to buy history, that's a lot more rare.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it because I like every time we get the opportunity to try to take something.
Oh damn, that is fucking ugly. But yeah, I could see the profit in that. Yeah.
This was down in the basement. The original pillars for the front porch. I snapped a lot of pictures because I was hoping to get some like fucking ghost shit, but
You dummy.
Oh, there's one right there. You see that?
Oh my god.
That looks like a fucking...
That's a real person.
That looks like a Greg.
Is that Greg?
Yeah, that's actually...
I've never seen Greg, so that's why I was wondering.
Yeah, he's like a whole 95 pounds.
Yeah, he's a fucking skinny little bastard.
There he is again. Along with the realtor. Yeah, I'm glad I sent all of these pictures to Sharky. Look at the fucking condition of the inside of this house.
There's nothing there.
It's just been...
It's gutted. It's, pretty damn gutted.
Oh, here, I can quickly share. There's Greggy Poo. Oh, I took this picture up into the attic. I was hoping to see a ghost face. Yeah, she's...
What the fuck?
She's
just hanging out down.
Yeah, she didn't show up. I wonder where the picture of the pigeon was. Okay, this is the third floor, the servants' quarters. I was hoping we'd get like the ghost woman, but I didn't get her. In case someone's interested, what does this beautiful house look like? It's actually a very, very nice looking house. It just needs a shit ton of work. So, as of this date, it looks like we bought it. I'm telling you right now, we put in a lowball offer, and they said we won't accept it. Let's put it this way. You saw what the house looks like.
Yeah.
The full offer that we put in, right now there is about $20,000 worth of windows that they purchased that are in the house that are coming with it, and the full offer was double that.
The full offer for the house was $40,000.
The full at 49.
So $49,000 for the house.
And it came with $20,000 worth of brand new windows.
But you're still gonna have to put about $200,000 in.
Yes, easily. I mean,
it's
three floors of drywall.
That's definitely it's definitely good possibility.
I'm still going. Finally, we get a project, and we told them we will only take this this project on if we are allowed full rights. Our way or the highway, basically. No vinyl siding. We restore the outside to its original. Christine's like try to find as many pictures as possible of the original house. Like the back, there's those two doors that are up high, and they took the siding off because I think there was a small deck, but I don't know if someone tried to do a fire escape later in time. Now, if we make this a family house, we do not need to have fire escapes. It's not going to be apartments. It's going to be the house. So we can put all of that shingle siding back into place, the cedar siding back into place. And it was just like going, if you are hiring me and Greg to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to make this house look like it did the day that it was built. Or don't fucking put a bid in on it, because you're on your own. You can take your vinyl siding and you can stick it up your ass. And they are giving us full control on it. So I really look forward to it. And I hope not to piss off the woman on the third floor. Christine's like going, she's like, today, she goes, you got to bring me over to the house. You know, we have brought her to houses before, and she wouldn't even get out of the car because of the way she felt. I brought her completely around the house. I didn't bring her into the house, and she goes, I feel something. This house is not completely void of some kind of a paranormal history. She goes, but this is not a fucking portal to hell house. She's like, I look forward to you guys working on it. She goes, I want to do a walkthrough of this house. I think she should do a walkthrough. I think we should do, Christine, I hope you see this. I want to do one of her favorite paranormal shows. I want to actually be the camera guy and record her doing the initial walkthrough of this house, because she does have, I would consider Christine a sensitive.
Sensitive.
In other words, she can't read your mind, but when you put her in a situation where she probably can read your mind. Douchebag. Did that come out loud? I'm sorry. You are not drinking that.
Drinking what?
New Glarus?
I'm I'm thirsty, and you are so fucking slow today. Let me tell you what.
Okay.
Standing in for Two Hearted, unfortunately.
Sharky. Hey, they got Two Hearted Light.
I've seen that. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't know.
Christine says, "Don't even buy it. Ed would not approve." Was her exact comment.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know about that.
Sharky, the house is the one where you guys completely rebuilt the interior. Yeah, moved the kitchen, etc.
You already read that one. Can't wait to see the Ghost Hunter Hotel in progress and how it will turn out.
Me too. Sharky, skateboard guy brought a knife into what appeared to be a gunfight and found out how that goes. You should look beyond the M134/GAU17. It takes a look at the
GAU19 GCal 50. Now that's something for your truck. Well, it went from the gunfight to something totally different. I don't know what that is, but yeah, no, I know that video I was talking with Eric about. I might have talked about it on here too. I was saying because this guy was getting charged, and you know, all you see is this guy kind of running back and fucking start shooting off at people. But yeah, the one had a knife, so all the charges were dropped. Oh, Gatling gun. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I can agree to this. I won't ever be able to financially afford it. But I could agree to any kind of upgrade on something like that. Fuck. 50 cal rounds. Dude, just think about... Not even worry about how much that gun is. Think about how much money is in that ammo alone.
I can guarantee you something like this has probably used a lot more ammo than it ever cost to actually... Yeah, that's a 3...
Well, the ammo is going to be more expensive in the long run, but the gun itself is going to be astronomical. That is sick.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
I want to see how accurate it is. That's what I want to know.
Wow.
How far are they shooting, and what kind of hits is it doing?
Salty shellback, not naked yet. Okay, now naked.
No, it's more like return. Okay, now naked.
Sharky, laugh out loud. Zambuca always reminds me of that video of that drunk English chick trying to order 4 Zambucas for over 5 minutes at the
DJ booth. That's a good one.
Sharky, SH, thank you. The outro redhead, tight-dressed glasses, wearing the hostess was... Damn!
Hotness, not hostess. Hotness.
Spend money. So, you are the reason there is a hole in the ozone layer.
For how much you smoke and rip ass and now drive your Hemi, yeah, you're probably a good...
It's got a Hemi.
What, you fucking working on another hole in your lip, too?
Well, no, I don't think there's a hole in my glass. Okay. Wheels and levers. Speaking of gay, where has Joey been lately?
Well, that's a good question.
Wheels and levers. Matt should have been there for the rainbow fruitness.
Is that what all them fuckers think? Let me tell you what. You keep on believing that.
David Brown just found this. The channel? Really? Mr. Mark Mac 85. I sure miss Scott and the humor that he brought to all of us in this videos. Mr. Holster was the first gun channel I ever subscribed to. Never missed one and always look forward to the next video. Always up north near the Canadian border. Yeah. Wait a second.
Wait a second, what?
He had 2 comments when we started this.
Who did?
Mr. Mark Mac 85.
You might have seen them. I didn't scroll through. You might have. I don't know. I couldn't tell you you're lying or not.
No, remember he asked about the video that
When
Scott was here.
But yeah, you responded to that.
Where is it?
I don't know. You responded to that, so maybe it disappeared. I don't know.
Oh, I'm glad it did.
All right, so the same guy, after he made that comment, says, "Do you know the video with Mr. Holster? I would like to look it up and view it. I think I would enjoy it." So that was actually like the second comment. So Eric's like, "Well, we'll take care of this real quick." So you sent him the link, but maybe that's why, I don't know. Well, that's stupid. It would have disappeared, but
last comment, fuck, is Chuck. I vote this is your best begging video, and then he has a link, and you can watch it yourself because I'm not going to give Chuck any fucking credit. All of a sudden, there's something in spam. Maybe, no. Tropical hot dog night, like two flamingos in a fruit flight.
fruit fight.
Topical hot dog night from Shiny Beast Bat Chain Puller by Captain Beefheart.
And his magical band.
Actually, if any of you... I have a friend of mine who is a fucking freak for Captain Beefheart and his magical band. What the fuck? When was this video?
Looked like it was pretty old.
Well, I guess it can't even... It
Can't
won't
even
even
look at your
show
video
up
anymore.
until I approve it. Okay. Let's go to the... let's go to the club. Okay, first in the club is
There it is,
J-Dog.
right here. No, that was the same clip. Sorry, my bad. Sorry to blew up.
It did. It disappeared. I hope he got it. I hope he got my response. God. Fucking YouTube. J-Dog says, Heart Club, Mr. Holster US. Cobra says, cheers, Two-Hearted Ed Clubber and Sunny Slopers, Justin's final mission. Cobra. Smile Money, cheers, old school. Two-Hearted Ed Club. Oh my God. Scotsman. Two-Hearted Ed Club to the Sunny Slopes of long ago, Justin's final mission. Whiskey.
We're going to use that get out of whiskey free card.
Yeah, Steve took care of this. Thanks, though, Scotsman. I'm like,
I mean, if you want to do one, you can do one. I just know I'm too abominated.
I still have a dinner plan for tonight.
I do too.
I got some really cool shit happening out on the grill.
Do you?
Asparagus.
Ooh, I got some asparagus. Yeah.
Sauteed mushrooms on the side burner.
Okay.
Filet mignon on the main event.
Damn, you going top notch, boy. It's about time you starting to learn how to really grill like a pro.
I made some last night. You know how good they were?
Huh.
Well, why do you think I'm making them tonight?
I don't know.
Holy fuck.
Probably it tasted like shit, so you figured you gotta...
I think
fix
you
it.
could have peeled the meat apart with 2 toothpicks.
Yeah?
I cranked that fucking thing up as high as it would go, cooked them for 2 minutes, flipped it, cooked it for 2 minutes, dropped the heat down, did probably 10 minutes on each side. Christine, I'm going to have to do something completely different for her, though.
It is filet mignon. Hey, ask her if she wants some, like, tacos, nachos. That's what I'm making. I use the same taco mix that you guys do. I know this because there's only one ever like it. But we always cook, because I cook 2 pounds. I always cook more than enough. I got a hard shell and soft shell if she wants.
She might. I really hope she does because I'd really love both of those fillets.
I'm just saying, I've got it if you need it.
those fillets have been in the refrigerator marinating since 11 o'clock.
You marinate your stuff?
Normally, last night I didn't.
What do you marinate in it?
I just use some Tuscan House Italian seasoning and some Boondockers rub. Last night?
I have no problem with the rub, but I thought you said you were soaking it.
Oh, it's in a Ziploc baggie.
I thought you were talking about like some sauces, you know, like some jerk or something.
No, Christine recommended just the salad dressing.
Hey, that's fine by me.
But last night,
I'm just laughing for misrepresentation.
Last night it was Boondockers, pepper, a very, very light sea salt, and then they went on the grill. It was,
Well, shit, Boondockers will take and make old venison taste good. So, I mean,
oh, God damn.
I can only imagine what it's going to do to filet mignon, but...
Don't come any closer.
Oh, is that it?
It's all over. I started the timer. Okay.
You know what? If I ever get shit hitting the fan, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up my keychain. Say, don't take another step. I'm a spy. I'll blow the fuck up right now if I touch this button.
Steven with the last comment until I hit the refresh button.
Yeah, it's last.
Hard on club. Get hammered at the party
At the moment.
The moment.
True that.
I checked this just one time, then we're out of here because I know it's already gone way too long.
Damn it, I told you. That was the last one. Hey, just remember, boys, I always love being here, chatting with you, and hearing from you guys. His fault's taking so long. I don't want to hear it's my fault.
Almost 2 hours. I blame it on you.
I had to have 3 fucking beers.